he says. Right, here we go. Right, Mark Atwood Show. What's my show called? Adventures in a Meat Suit. That's it. Hello, Dolly Daydream. How are you?
I am good.
Wow. Good. So we're in the middle of crazy times, right?
Do you know, I was going to say to you before I came on, not that we've met before, but I was about to say, isn't it great when a plan comes together?
Yeah. I need a big cigar and a helicopter, Mr. T for that. But yeah. Oh, what you got there? The boss. Did you design that?
No. No. I've got this one and a Q one.
Well, you know, I found you the other week and I was like, oh, she's ace. I mean, you do these 15-hour videos, so I've never watched you from start to finish, but I've dipped in and gone, oh, amazing. And, you know, I lived in Manchester for 25 years, so it's always good to hear that accent.
Oh, good.
Whereabouts in Manchester are you?
It's not really Manchester, it's Stockport, but it's near Manchester.
Yeah, well, I lived in Stockport. That's the first place I lived when I moved up there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Well, the last place I lived in England was Woodford, which is down the road, which is a Stockport postcode. You know, the aerodrome.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, what's the story? Well, you know, do we talk about the story first, or do we talk about how are you feeling about all of this? Then you think you feeling calm, relaxed?
I'm just watching the movie play out, because personally, what I think is this person's already got in.
Yeah.
And it's just the Democratic side and the mainstream media that are trying to push for, fraud. We all know that.
Yeah.
And they're just going to try and push that. But we all know, I said yesterday, either way, we all know he's won. He won when he first got in 2016, but he's won again. But as much as they want to push it or do all that, it's just getting seen. It's like Q said, people can't be told, they're going to be shown. So this has to play out so people can see, because as you know, when you try and wake people up, you can't tell them.
Well, we're on the same page there. So that makes me wonder about when did you first wake up?
Wake up to what? The Q or the corrupt? Like, there's two awakenings I see, because there's some people out there who I get trolled sometimes, like we all do, but who think that I've just woken up to the spiritual side. I'm like, no, I was never a part of that. It's just you do just carry on with your muggle world things. But the corruptness of the awakening up to the world that they project on us, which is false. That's why people say, it puts people off, you know, when you say, oh, it's a matrix. It's I don't know, it's not really. We live in a real world, but it's their world that they project on us isn't real. So I knew little bits, like most do, you know, like the government's a bit off and this and that and that.
There's an understatement.
Yeah, like most people know, you know.
Yeah, most people know they're full of shit and everything, but
yeah,
they think it's all
like
about money.
Nothing new under the sun. Yeah, that's nothing new under the sun, as everyone would say. But the depth of it was when about just before Trump got in. I can't even remember when it was. So I started looking around YouTube, and because I was just doing normal things on YouTube, I was just doing chats basically about whatever I was chatting at the time. Then I came across Tommy Robinson. So I started talking about that and what he was talking about, did a few little videos on it. When London was going mad in like Speaker's Corner, and they're all like, all the religious sides were all battling with each other down there, and it was crazy. And then in the background of all that I used to watch videos of all them going on down there, I came across a girl called Roxanne the Globalist denier, who was doing flat earth stuff, even though she's a globalist denier. I don't know if you know her or heard of her. But,
no, not heard of her, no.
Yeah, she's really good. And I didn't know her, but I just remember seeing her thinking, oh, what's she talking about? All this, you know, this sort of stuff. But her videos were always quite choppy, so I didn't watch her at the time because the videos weren't picking up properly outside. But I remembered her, and then rolling on a little bit forward, because everything connects. I went down, so I came away from Tommy Robinson because I got proper trolled for that, but I did speak my mind on it and everything. And then I fell into the old, no, it wasn't that. No, then my dad said, well, if you really want to know what's going on, because I was a bit distraught with all that stuff with kids and things, and the government hiding all that, go on a channel in America called, I think it's still going, We the People 24/7, which was all to do with Q. So for 2 weeks, literally, I was like this. Oh my God. Like a zombie, like going through the whole of this. When I got this map, I first got this map on eBay. I was like, I don't understand it, like the Q map.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, that is amazing.
like, what now? I totally understand it. And people will say, well, how can you get a map on eBay? It's got the stuff on who put it out, it's a site. It's like, no, that's just all the stuff that now when you look at it, it's all the stuff we had to get through, all the stuff that's been put out. Most people know or seen as a conspiracy, but how deep it actually goes and where they got in. So the map's a real thing. It's just like, oh my God.
Well, I remember when that map came out, because I think the guy who made it was interviewed on Edge of Wonder.
Yeah, he was.
And he's just a guy who's a talented graphic artist who decided to, because it's so vast,
put it together,
so big.
Yeah,
it's almost, I had friends ring me up this morning going, so what's going on? Is Biden gonna? It looks like Biden's won. I messaged off my daughter last night. Biden's won. I was like, no. Calm down, right? Because calm down. Hey, if he has won, we're dead. So back up the truck a bit off that one, because you just got to watch this play out. But very, very difficult to explain that cold to somebody.
Just causes arguments. Do you know what I mean? It's like it just causes arguments. But with all that saying, for 2 weeks I was like a zombie. And I remember my mum coming round, and I'd gone into the rabbit hole of the satanic stuff with the kid, and I was like, because my youngest is 5 now, and I was like, I was an absolute wreck for 2 weeks. And she said to me, because I was that much of a state, because this is why I get annoyed with people like who I've been getting trolled off lately, because they seem to think that people can't wake up and like, oh, we knew about all this. No, a lot of people don't know how in depth it went. Yes, they know there's paedophiles, we know there's stuff going on, but not to this extent. Yes, some people do, but the whole world needs to wake up to it for it to have solutions to it. That's what I believe. So my mum was like, why are you crying? Why are you hysterical? Like, what's up with you? Like, someone just died or something. I was like, I can't. And I was screaming at her and telling her, like, not trying to knock her on the head, like you do in the first bit of your awakening. You go through all the anger, the heartache, the rage. You want to bash everyone on the head with a red pill, blue pill, whichever one it is. And then you realise that doesn't work. You've just got to keep putting your stuff out. But after that, I started realising how they work and why they do it. And then I got a bit calmer. Not that I agree with it, obviously. It's just, you can see. And then you see the other side of it. But all that, everything brought me through, like, it just brought me back to my spiritual path. It brought me more closer to source, and that I'm a divine being, and that I'm very powerful. And all the things that have been coming in since I won't say reconnect, just sort of got back on it, it's been amazing. It's just like,
no, it is amazing.
Like, and the people that I'm meeting and linking up with, and even people like who I'd watched years ago, like Roxanne. I went down the whole flat earth thing and all that, and then I met Roxanne and a load of good people doing that, and connected up with loads of people like that. And then she was into Q, and I didn't know she was into Q, and I was like, no way, because at the time it only seemed like there was me and her in the UK that knew about it, women wise, that talk about it on YouTube. No one. I was always banging on about it. She didn't used to bring it up that much. She does now. I was just always throwing it out the way I do it. And the whole JFK Jr. thing, by the way, and then present day today with everything that's gone anyway, there's like there's other people, there's people that I was watching a few years ago I didn't understand in the spiritual sense, like in metaphors. They've only just come out this year saying they support Trump, they know what Q is, and everyone's tried to attack them because how can you be spiritual when you're like voting for liking this Trump guy and like this QAnon conspiracy terrorist gang cult that they call it. It's like, because they understand what it is. It was only a stepping stone. To me, it was a tool to help people learn that, like, the people out there. I know it's been on, in the background for a while, but when it came to the masses, as in the public, when it dropped, it was a tool to show people how to research for what's coming. And if you look back, like I said the other day, it's the Q team's always said past proves future proves past.
Yeah.
Well, they said a while ago, ages ago, the last to be brought down will be mainstream media. Hello.
Hello. That's what this is
Hello.
about.
Anybody in?
Yeah.
And the first one that was dropped to the masses, there was a number in it, numerology, linked up to the signature of Donald Trump. So the people, there's loads of truthers out there, loads of truthing communities, all on different things, who, thinks Q's a psyop, this, that, and the other. Some of them love Trump, but they don't like Q. And it's like he's in the same gang, people.
Well, it is a psyop, but it's a good psyop. And when you see things in the paper saying it was like a cult, and I mean, I've got loads of friends who think I've joined a religion. I'm like, well, it's the only fucking cult that teaches you to think for yourself.
That's why I said it's the only cult that gets you to research yourself, not research mainstream media. It research yourself, question everything, and think critically. So cults normally brainwash you into just going their way.
Yeah.
Q doesn't. The only way it's a psyop to me is if you go in it and you stay in the rabbit holes and you don't come out, you're gonna have a problem because you're not moving forward. And if you stay there, you're probably going to end up quite depressed.
Well, I don't know what you think. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what you think to this, but I found, I mean, my YouTube channel is only 7 weeks old.
I know.
Right.
Well, that means you're a shill, you see. That's what people say now. It's not. It's because you've started talking and you've come in at a time where, like, I've been on the Q thing. I don't know how long you've been on it. I've been on it since it began, really. But it was in January, but started talking about it since then. Loads of people fell off, but loads of people have come back again. But if you've just started talking about it recently, it's because more people are on it now. So you'll have come in and your numbers will have gone up, and it's just like.
Well, I mean, I've been talking on Facebook and to anybody that will listen about satanic paedophilia for about 12 years.
Yeah.
But I've had a business and young kids, and I kind of held back, and then when the lockdown happened, I just I got to the point where it was a totally spiritual thing. I took my son on a road trip, and all the way in the car, I just kept thinking, it was like it was being put into my head. You've got to make a video, and you're going to make
downloads.
And I was like, fuck, I've got to make this video. I said, well, I've got to pull over. I've got to make a video. He's like, what? I said, just hold the camera there. And I just did it. I started, right? And it's the vibrational frequency of truth and love. Yeah. And once you start vibrating that frequency, I can't shut up.
I can't, because we're all energy, and that's why I don't come on with lists and things. It comes out mixed up sometimes. I'm just like, blah. And people have said to me, oh, there'll be a time when you don't need to do it. And you don't. I said, yeah, but I get this thing where it goes, no, you have to, like you said, I have to go and do this because I just have to. It's a knowing. It's not because I'm being someone said. It's just I'm like, I have to go and do this the way I do it. I've just got to go and do it.
Like, well, that stood out, and that stood out with loads of people that I've connected with in the last 7 or 8 weeks. It's just been incredible. It really is incredible. And how you find people, and there's nothing by accident. And then you start seeing the numbers. I mean, this morning I was looking at, I put a poem up on Saturday, and it was stuck on 17,000 views.
You always see this stuff.
17. It's just
17:45.
I look at the phone, it's on 45%, and then there's twos, and the numbers just get more and more. I mean, I've had the numbers.
People don't understand that when your higher self comes in, or source, or whatever you want to call it, it's numbers, numerology, numbers. To me, metaphor.
Yeah.
Because I talk in metaphors, something that black people don't understand, but when they're on the spiritual journey, you do understand. When you're on it, you totally understand. Other people, as I say, in the Muggle world, and I don't mean that disrespecting. It's just, it's a bit like Harry Potter. You're just like, and other people are like, what are you talking about? It's like, we understand, but so and visions and things, and the tingles I get now as well is just.
Well, yeah, I mean, the tingles are ridiculous. Yeah. I call it I'll give it different names. I've not called it a tingle before, but you said about visions. I've been getting mental visions this year. Like the new one that I had was the night of the election, and it was so. I mean, they're amazing, aren't they? With these visions, right? So I was conscious, and and all I could see, I was seeing all of these cages with kids being released, and it wasn't a dream. It wasn't something I'd seen before. I'd never seen that before. It wasn't like me recollecting something, and it just felt amazing. They were just
You know, you said that, and I heard that video. Did you? I don't know if you caught my video the other day. I get a lot of orbs now,
yeah.
and I got them in since last September when I painted a picture, which is this one. You know, when you say
Are you an
nothing's a
artist?
coincidence.
Are you an artist? Is that what you do?
Yeah, well, I just make jewellery and I draw a lot and I paint a lot, and that was coming in a lot more since
Well,
being on this
I'm
whole
finding
thing.
that. Well,
Creativity.
this is the thing. I can't start writing poetry and doing comedy sketches.
Well, this was done in 2018. Just a quick 5-minute thing of the. I might talk about this in a bit. Energy of you know who.
Yeah, Baron.
JFK Jr.
Oh, is that look like Baron?
You know when he was stood JFK
Yeah.
Jr. when he was stood saluting his dad,
The kid on the side of the road.
and he had a little blue coat, and obviously the thing was in black and white, but yeah, it does look a bit like Baron as well, actually.
Yeah, no, it did. You know, when I first saw it.
Yeah,
No disrespect to the drawing, because I don't remember what JFK Jr. looked like as a kid, but I know what Baron looks like now. That's why.
Well, if you Google the picture of him saluting his dad, you'll just see a little boy in a coat, and it was a Tiffany blue coat, like this, like that picture. So that was done in 2018, and then this one, I don't know what I was doing. I just started. It's not even finished off, but 2 months before I started seeing the orbs, I just randomly painted this picture. And I was just like, oh. And then when they started coming in, everyone kept saying on my channel, but Dolly, you painted that picture like, you know, a few weeks before, a couple of months before. And I was like, oh yeah, what was I like painting? There's loads of things I've drawn and I look now and I go, oh my God, but they've got stronger and stronger. The colours, gold, silver, they like communicate. But when you said the other day about the kids, I got this in. And I didn't know till I looked back. Got this energy in because we're all energy.
Yeah.
And this is the picture. I blew it up. You might be able to see it. I tried to send someone an email the other day, and it's funny when technology doesn't work, doesn't it? When you're trying to
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
stuff. A bit weird.
Yeah.
So I got. Oh, there's JFK Jr. There's a picture of JFK Jr. If you can see it with his. I don't know. Let me blow it up. That was him. That his dad's.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
That was that picture.
Yeah.
And then the orb with a face in it, which reminded me of a child, was. I don't know if you can see this, but when I looked at it, I did think I put it on my community page. You can see the side view. I don't know if it'll pick up on there. The side view of the child's face.
Oh yeah.
See the little nose.
Yeah. I can see it.
But it was smiling. So when you said that the other day, I picked that up a few days afterwards. I was like, it reminded me of being released. This energy. These, you know, you said about the children. So I was like, Also, and the other day I got a vision of you know, I closed my eyes, and sometimes it's not, you know, when I'm asleep, it's just in the darkness when you close your eyes. And there was a vision of like, it was rings of circles where they were all pulsing. I said this the other day, and there was like, as if like big wings were doing this, as if it was, to me, it felt like as if it was sending healing energy for what's coming. Very gentle, but it was loving the earth at the same time, you know, very, very gentle. But I think that because the way it's coming in is a drip, well, it has been a drip effect. So, you know.
It's quite funny because there's somebody spotted an orb on one of my videos of a day near my chin, and I showed it to my son, and he went, "That's just sunlight." And then I put up this picture of Donald Trump doing a rally.
Yeah, he's got the light orbs.
Right, but he's got the sunlight is coming right down on top of his head like that, like a beam of light. And then I said, "What is this?" And on Facebook, people go, "Oh God, it's it's beautiful." Blah blah blah. And
column of light.
Then one guy who I've known for about 30 years, who's not quite there, he just went, "It's sunlight." You know, it's like, yeah.
No, I've seen friends who've got them at night, and it's like a column of light, because I see us all as a column of light switching on now. And Trump, a while back, I don't know if it was this year or last year, he was giving a speech at the White House outside in summer, and I saw loads of people saw the white orbs go past. That's how I've always known he was a good person, do you know what I mean? But when I saw that, it's just like, and a lot of people who were talking out, who talk the truth, I see orbs round them, bright white light orbs.
Well, did you watch the interview I did with Alpa Soni? There's a woman I interviewed called Alpa Soni.
Oh, I've seen a few. Yeah, I've not caught up on everybody yet.
Well,
She's great.
When I interviewed her, she just had some healing beforehand, and there's this about 20 minutes into the video. There's this blue light that appears behind her, and it just goes.
Yeah, I did see it. Yeah.
And she said she was in a room with no windows, no electricity there, no other lights.
Energy.
Yeah, it's just amazing, and this is what's happening, and it gets clearer and clearer and clearer. And, you know, it's interesting. I live in the west of Ireland, and there are loads of people that I meet who've, before this happened, like, who talk about the little people, you know, the fairies.
Oh, the fairies.
Yeah, and they see them, and they'll sit and tell you, yeah, we see the little people there, and it's like, that's just stuff that's all there all the time, you know.
It's always been there.
It's always been there, but we've had it blocked off.
Not thought about it.
Well, we've had it blocked off. I mean, we've had our pineal gland calcified with all that bloody Colgate and stuff in the water, and excuse me, all the shit they've been spraying on us. I mean, that's one of the things that cracks me up. I've been going on about chemtrails for years. I mean, I used to be a pilot. I know how jet engines work, and they do not stay in the sky.
No, they don't. I even know that, and I'm not. Yeah.
I've had massive arguments with really, really intelligent people. One guy.
Yeah, but a lot of intelligent people are. I'm not saying everybody are.
Well, I know, because the education system is
exactly.
The higher you go, the more brainwashed you are. That's how you get millions of doctors around the world to support a virus that doesn't exist, because they don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
So, how's England anyway at the moment? What's the vibe?
Well, I don't take no notice.
You don't take any notice, do you? I don't either. If you ask me what's going on here, I'd be like,
if I have to feel into a vibe, I'd have to go on Facebook, but we know what they're all like on Facebook. So, most people I know who are, you know, they're still doing their own thing. There's a lot of people. It's only really when I go like food shopping or something like that. It's just like, do you know? But I tell you what, I went and songs come in. I was in Morrison's the other day. It's happened twice and it makes me laugh. I'm there, no mask on, because they don't ask you anyway. Gone in, everyone's got the mask on, and then all of a sudden, the first time I went in when this song came on, I just wanted to laugh. It was Chesney Hawkes, I Am the One and Only. I thought,
I remember that.
Yeah, no mask on. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna laugh. The other day it was Elton John. Oh, what's that song? Something about standing strong or something. I'm still standing. Yeah. I was like, I was like dying to laugh. It was funny.
Have you had anybody have a go at you for?
No, not one person.
Not one.
Not one person. I've not even. See, people might do it. I mean, it's each to their own, you know, whatever they believe in. But if you're going around with no mask on, there might be people who are going around with no mask on, purposely looking at others, like giving them dirty looks, as you know, like, oh, where maybe you'll get a confrontation from doing that. I just don't see it, because I just go and do whatever I'm doing. Yeah. I'm not consciously looking at someone like, oh, look at you. I'm just like, I'm just going to walk around. But there was 4 women the other week who didn't have a mask on, and we sort of intersected at the aisles, where 4 of us just sort of bumped into each other without mask on. It was a bit like one of them, do we high five or do we just and it was women, and I was like, it was just one of them looks like, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that about women, because majority of people I'm engaging with now is women.
Women. You know why?
Where are the men?
You know why? They are there, but you know why I believe it is?
Well, it's
that divine feminine rising.
Yeah, I know that. I understand that. But where's the divine masculine? That's what I want to know, because where are all these fucking men? You know? There's a handful. There's a handful of really good blokes. There's amazing Mark Devlin, Charlie Freak, Charlie Wood. There's a bunch of incredible people, but but most of the people subscribe to my channel are women, by like 80%, which is incredible to me.
Well, I think most of the men have gone off fighting in the other communities, where they're all fighting what shape the earth is and all that. And I don't mean like, but where they just play ping pong, and it's like, yeah, but it's not about playing ping pong now, is it? Where
those days it's gone.
It's like there's bigger things. There's bigger things than that. You go through them rabbit holes. It's like, I went there. Most people do. You go through everyone. It's like, right, I've been through that. Right, I'll take that, and that. That's what I think, because I think we live on a realm anyway. But so what?
So do I.
I don't know particularly what shape it is. I'm not really bothered, because it's my personal thing. But I've been through all that and gone, right, there you go. I'll have that, that, and that. But I'm not going to stay there because to evolve, you've got to keep moving.
Yeah.
So
And as you move, you get different perspectives on the ones that you've been through anyway. And it's like
yeah,
layers and layers and layers and layers, isn't it?
yeah. Because I get told all the time, oh, well, not told, but people have said, oh, you contradict yourself on YouTube because then you were saying that, now you're saying this. Went, yeah, it's called growth. It's
Yeah.
like I might have said that then, but I needed that then. But now I've dropped it. Now it might sound like I'm saying something else. I'm like, yeah, because I only resonate with what I resonate with. I can go on we could be on each other's channel. Charlie Freak, all them. I've been on the Charlie Ward channel, Camelot Castle. I love them guys, but sometimes they'll have people on, or they'll say something that I don't resonate with. But only a little bit. I only take what I resonate with, and that's it. But then people think you're bad because they think someone's bad. They think you're bad because you went there, or
Oh,
and it's
I'm
like,
seeing.
no.
Yeah, the more I get into it, the more. Fortunately, I worked in theatre for years, so I understand about bitchiness and jealousy, and I don't bother with it. I'm not asked. I'm not interested.
I've been getting triggered lately with people coming, but they're not. I mean, they're not. It's insignificant, really. But you do get triggered because I think all the energy's going about. It's like I just put on my community post the other day. I just went, well, we're going to see what's what, aren't we?
Yeah, well, one of the problems. This is why I called this Adventures in a Meat Suit. It's not. It's about exploring stuff. It's not about.
Yeah.
It's
Didn't
not
we come
about.
here to do that?
It's not called the Oracle in a Meat Suit. It's not like this is it, because we're all on this journey and we're all learning, and it's really exciting. I mean, what's coming is
After the pain.
oh,
What's I mean,
I'm getting the tingle.
what's coming? I don't even think any of us can. People say they know, but we don't actually know. So I'll say that right there. I'll say sometimes, I believe in a golden age, and I believe we all know healing's coming, because that's one of the biggest things we've got to do anyway. And that's why I believe a lot of us are on here, because we'll be doing, like I've always said, people can believe what I say and not believe what I say. It doesn't matter. I know inside me that I bring a frequency to people of hope, and I don't mean false hope, getting them through what we've been going through. I don't care what anyone says, because I know, because people behind the scenes tell me so. And I know the way I felt when I found out. I would have needed, I was on YouTube anyway, so I was talking anyway, but if I wasn't, I'd be tuning in to people that made me rise with a higher frequency. Do you know what I mean? Because these times have been
Well, I think
very
you
happy.
said on your channel the other day that your vibe finds your tribe. I think that was what you said.
Yeah, it does.
And
Yeah.
nothing could be more true. And I've been trying to imagine, when I first learned about 5D about 6 or 7 years ago, and I think it was a website called Living in 5D or something, but it was, and I was like, what does it do? Does that mean we die? What does it mean? I don't understand it. And it's taken me, and
The false us dies.
I'm getting closer, but I feel extremely confident that we're there, and watching this play out, and I'm really, really excited about.
Yeah, everybody says that. I am. It's only for the people who say we're asleep, because I don't know any other, but the people who don't know, who will just sit in front of the TV constantly. All this is a movie being played out. It's a catch up, so they catch up. Because I said yesterday, all these people in the truthing community, and there's many. I even hate the word community now, because I think it sounds like
I don't
communist.
even like the word truther. It's just
Communist. Sounds like communist to me now, because you've got to either do what they. It's like, no, we're all individual. We're sovereign beings.
I'm not.
Yeah, no, we're all sovereign beings, and if we wanted to make a new earth, you'll all come with the things that you're good at to build different things and solutions. So that's how I see it. So we're sovereign, but we come together when we need to. So yeah, what was I saying then?
Well, yeah, I mean, we all do our bit, and I've said a few times on here, it's not everybody is made for going on YouTube and talking about this stuff, because that's just a certain thing.
I've always been a chatterbox, so
well, I can tell, but so
no.
have I. But I've always been a talker, and I had a soul reading. I've had loads of healings and stuff recently. In the last 2 years, I've had probably hundreds, because there was a lot of damage to fix. I think
we all got a lot of damage.
I was transmuting generations of shit, and
still doing
I
it.
struggled with drugs and alcoholism and all sorts of stuff, and it's just been like, and it nearly killed me. But 2 years ago, I was like, somehow I got up and I carried on, and I spent a while going, what the fuck am I doing? Every day felt like Groundhog Day about 2 years ago. I just remember waking up in the shower every day going, oh, I'm here again. It was horrible, but somehow I know. I found out that loads of people have been through that as well, and somehow you get to this point. Now I can't wait. I mean, I was up at 5 a.m. this morning. I'm like, I can't wait to get on with the day, and but I'm not getting involved in the drama, and it's I even had a phone call. I think I said earlier, I had a phone call this morning from what one of my friends might call a twanger. One of the ones that twang back to the original, but he's really staunchly like, oh, you just sound like you're mad. But
oh yeah,
he's a very decent bloke, and he will listen. But his wife's far more interested than he is, so he has to go along with it. So they actually asked me some intelligent questions this morning, and I was like, wow, this is like a big jump forward,
Yeah.
And and then there's my mum, and I ring my mum, and she loves saying, well, what are they doing now? I go, who are they? She's always saying they, like it's this invisible thing. And the problem is she's always got the TV on full blast. And she goes, what did you say? Hey? And I'm turn the telly off. And then she turns it straight back on full volume as soon as I go. And I don't know what to do. But the thing is, I've had to let it go. It doesn't really matter anyway. This is what
I know, because I've still had a few bits and bobs with things, but I know really that there's no point, because like most of us know, it's coming anyway, whether you like it or not. And the thing is, people say to me, well, like you said, most people wake up after a trauma, a near-death experience, whatever it is. That's how people wake up out of a trauma. And then they go through the dark night soul, whatever you want to call it, because it means many different things. I've been told I'm not going through it. I'm like, how does someone know? Do you know what I mean? It's like you go through quite a few, actually. It's not just one.
I've been through fucking hundreds of them.
Yeah, and it's like it's even like with Trump, when they say, oh, he said this years ago, he might have said, yeah, he probably did through mainstream media, but even if he did, we're all flawed. We all say stupid things in the past. It's if you reflect on it, if you reflect and realize what you've been doing and you grow from it, because it's all about growing.
It's about and
expanding.
And forgiveness and letting go. That's what it's all about. It seems to be that to me.
Yeah, and people say, well, why would they have this plan in place, that's been in since the 1950s or beyond or whatever, to traumatize the world? We're bringing all this stuff up. I said, because it has to come up, because all this, people go, well, that's, you're looking too much on the outwardly thing, like American Trump. It's like, no, it's an inner thing, because at the minute, people are going within, hence lockdown, are going within and seeing what's really important, and trying to get rid of all the falseness of society, of social engineering, of what they've put on us, what they told us we are, what we should be doing, all that bull crap that we're all trying to drop, because it's programming. Not just from that, it's from, our parents were programmed, so on and so forth. And then you're trying to get rid of all of that. But I said, the world now, for what we have to go in, because it's always been told in prophecies, the time will come, because we've been so hijacked, because this isn't the way it was meant to be played.
That's right.
We're going to have their dark night of the soul, because that's why it's coming waves, I think. We want everyone to wake up. Now it is service to others. It used to be service to thyself, of like, people used to wake up in the spiritual community or whatever they call themselves, and they'd be like, oh, well, this is how I see it. I can't really see anyone waking up, but I'm awake, so I'm going to go within. I'm going to go and live in a field somewhere, and I'm just going to be free and sovereign. Great. But now the time now is service to others. We want everyone to come.
Yeah.
And we want everyone to do it. Why live in a world where there's only some of us awake, or half the population? If we want a free world with no, all the crap that they've done with people starving in some countries and people have got more money there, we don't want that. Nobody wants that. And people will say it's human nature. I said it's not, though, because we were born from source, which is love. We are taught to hate. We're taught to. I said the other day, there was a gorgeous video up the other day of two little kids, two little toddlers. One was black and one was white, and they were like, yeah, we've had our hair cut the same, and it was dead short with a line in it or something. And they went, because when we go to our school, our teacher won't be able to tell the difference. That's how we're born. We're taught to hate. We're taught about all the other stuff out there. So to me, now doesn't lie with me all that, but it's not human nature.
No, it's not. It's like, we've been taught, you've destroyed the planet with your carbon and your plastic.
Yeah.
No, the corporations have done that. It's not us.
Yeah, we didn't.
The brainwashing is so deep. I remember being in the pub about a year ago, and there's a guy in there.
Very clever.
Oh, it's very clever. This guy said, this is a classic one. He said, well, the Earth's overpopulated anyway. And
it's not overpopulated.
No, and I said, oh, should we start with your family then? and he didn't get it. He just didn't get it. He's just repeating stuff that he's heard.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's always
This is like the flat Earth argument when people go on about that. Well, I'll tell you something. What I think about is actually the Earth has got more land on it than we know, and we're not overpopulated. They say we're overpopulated. Everyone goes, yeah, but I read it on where? Google. They're the ones who put the numbers out.
Yeah.
To read it on Google. And you know what? It's like I said, televising vision was introduced in the 1950s as an alpha state hypnosis machine. So, because everyone believes that they sit in front of it. It's like you said, was it this morning or the other video about, oh, well, I'm just going to go back and watch Coronation Street because I can't be bothered with this. It's like, good, because that's clear life as well.
Well, you know, I remember I've got 5 kids and they were between the ages of 0 and 5. It's quite, you know, there's 5 under 5. And I came home from work one day, walked through the door, excuse me, they're all watching the TV. And I walked past them and I said, hiya. They literally couldn't see me. And this was after the digital switchover that Blair brought in. And I knew, and that's when all the fucking masks started going up around the UK. And I was like, I want to get out of here. It was like the prison walls were everything was put into place. And I got rid of the TV. And then the license guys came. And that's when I had to get serious about common law. And I was actually in Stockport, and the guy comes to the door and he says, "Are you Mr. Atwood?" And I said, "I'm not answering that question. And I refute your implied right of access to this property. Now, please leave." And he just left. I was like, what?
"Oh, email me that. I was
like, oh, this is like magic. This is like a magic trick.
Because people don't know the common law, do they?
Well, they don't even know what it is.
And we've been on maritime law anyway.
Well, you know, the kids were going, "Oh, it's the law to wear a mask." I said, "It's not a law. It's a civil demand. It's a very different thing."
The guy, it's not the law. I've been telling people that. I said, if you look into it, it's not the law.
It's not the law. And in fact, no law, even a parking ticket is not lawful.
And it's human abuse as well. And the whole thing with this map, at the bottom of it, where it starts off at, says, execute, a bit dyslexic me, right? Executive order of the human rights.
Executive.
Yeah, executive. I said executive.
It works.
Well, it's the same, isn't it? Going to execute this order. Of everyone knows me, laughs anyway, get it all wrong. Human rights abuse. So
yeah,
that's what all this with Donald Trump, MAGA, under the dome here, because it's under a dome, and that's what they're going for. So when people say to me, "Well, hurry up, and oh God, I'm getting frustrated." I mean, yeah, we've all been frustrated. I'm getting frustrated all in divine time. I'm like, do you know how big it is? Do you know how long it's been going on? Do you understand? This is the biggest thing now that people, I shout out on my channel is, what's going on now with Biden and everything? You know, where's Hillary? We've not seen her. Understand that the justice system's been nefarious and corrupt. So you have to sort that out, which is what they've been doing behind the scenes with Kavanaugh, the whole Kavanaugh thing that went on. Ginsburg, everyone saying they loved her. Look into it. She was bringing bestiality in, trying to bring the age of sex down to 12 and said paedophilia was good for children. So, pardon. And by the way, she died ages ago, not when they said she did.
Yeah.
They got her out, but obviously that's just playing out to the people watching TV. They're getting all them out of the system to put the right ones in Supreme Court judges. So what's happening now with Biden and all the rest of them lot, they'll go down properly and they're not going to get out, because if it was the same people that were in, they would be getting out, because that's what's happened. So when people scream about it, I'm like, understand, Trump, the Alliance, Q team, everybody, all the patriots, everything that's going on all around the world, they had to sort all that out first, and it has to be done within the law, because they do everything outside the law. They don't care. So no one can come back and go, well, you've done this, this and this. Yeah. So we'll get them out because you've not done it within the law. That's why it's taking time. So I say to people, you just need to chill your beans, watch the movie playing out, because that's what it is. We got told ages ago, get your popcorn in and watch the show. It's a show being played out. I mean, Biden isn't even Biden.
No, I know.
I mean, Jesus, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not even the same guy.
Well, and you know, I think it's been really amusing, you know, like watching a Biden rally and him being in the basement and just all that
do you know, it's been a rant, because I've got a poem as well that I'll read out whenever you want me to read out. My Q poem that I made in the kitchen a few years ago, just came in, and I was like, that's pretty good for me. I was like, wow, everyone's going, get it printed out. I said, yeah, I need to get it printed out.
Have you done it online before?
I've read it out a few times. Do you want me to read it?
Let's have it.
Right. See what you think of this then, seeing as you've done poems. So this was in the kitchen. I think it was in 2018. I can't remember when it was. This was my book, you know, full of digging and acting like a nutcase. My mum's going, "What you doing?" I went, "I'm researching myself." So yeah, it's good. I think it's good. So it's just written out the scruffy. So it says, "We all came together by the letter Q, picked up the breadcrumbs, researched, and knew what to do. The movement of truth from dark to light, we are all Q. We the people will fight for our freedom, our families, and the rights to live in a world rid of evil. It's all for our kids. So we ride on the Q train with POTUS and R. So let's unite together and shout hurrah. The plan of the elite sky is falling down. They never thought she'd lose. They are such clowns. So the rise of the people, like the rise of the sun, is light to the world to show us the way. Truth is here and it's here to stay. This time will be told for years to come. History we are making, and we're all part of it, and it's been so much fun. We've laughed, we've cried, we've wobbled at times, but we stayed strong and we stayed on the ride. The time is now where we go one, we go all. Patriots of the world, we win, they fall. Thank you, Q, POTUS and R. You set us free to be who we truly are, we the people. And that was when you said today, or whenever it was, the test of faith. I stayed on the ride. And I never let anyone tell me any different. And everyone said, my mum said, "You're so stubborn." I went, "I'm glad I've had that stubbornness in me, because I've not let anyone tell me that I was wrong with that. This faith test, you know." That's why I feel.
That's exactly what it is. And even I, the other day, wobbled a little bit for a minute, and I was like, "Well, hang on a minute, what am I doing? What am I doing?" And you just got to go back to that feeling inside and just reconnect with yourself. And I think everybody knows, you know, like you said at the beginning, everybody knows.
That's an initiation.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm. To see, even Q said a while back, people got tested on the whole thing, and I think that was the JFK Jr. thing, because I was all over that. He's out there. Seen him.
Where have you seen him?
He's been at the when we started to realise, because all the Q drops are to do with the Kennedy family anyway, and I don't know if my videos have been deleted. I did a load of stuff on it. 2016, I think I was watching Right Side Broadcasting or Golden State Times when Trump first got in, when he was doing his rallies before he got in. They were there. There's loads of pictures on the internet of Caroline, but I went and saw the video, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's her." And then just further apart was him dressed as Vincent Fusca, but there's two Vincent Fuscas, and he had a card up with the Trump mobile on it. And I'll tell you about the story about that in a minute. And then he had Women for Trump banner with R over it, which stood for, he had a dog called Friday and he had a cat called Ruby, but also the guy's name Ruby, that was to do with his dad's assassination and all that sort of stuff. And the thing with Vincent Fusca is he wears that little fedora hat now. His dad wore a fedora. There was a clown in America called Emmett the Clown back in the day, who looked a bit like that. And there was a whole story of JFK Jr. and his sister, and she got a bit scared. So Emmett the Clown went up to Jackie and rubbed her on the nose with his greasy red nose. That was referencing that. There's loads of pictures you can see by the hands, the ears. He's been in some of them, he's had rubber noses and stuff. You can tell. Yeah, and when he was holding the picture up of the Trumpmobile, they're going, "Why did you do that?" Because he was right behind Trump. And there was that thing where in one of the codes ages ago it said, "Look here, look there. The truth is behind you," or something. Trump turned around, he was always pointing at them. Also, one of his interviews when JFK Jr., before he supposedly died, was where he was on a reporter said something to him about, "Look here, look there," and he turned around and his dad was on a video behind him. And his last ever interview, which you can clearly see, which sounds like he's saying Q, he's got a cast on his leg. He wouldn't have been flying. He had a cast on his leg and he pointed his cast out on his leg. So there's all dodgy things like that. But on his actual picture of the Trumpmobile, which had numerology all over it, by the way, because I did the car's registration plate, that in numerology came up to JFK Jr.'s resurrection. All the stars on the back added up to R. he was looking for his van. The reason why I put his picture up, he said he lost his van and he wanted people to know where it was because he couldn't quite remember. He was disorientated, which that was also in the flight log thing of that's the word he used when apparently it went down. And it was something like on 17th Street or so, something where it connected to Q, and you're just like, oh my God. And his mum and dad, when they met on Q Street. I mean,
Hello.
come on. So he's been playing Where's Wally. He's been playing Where's Wally, and it's been hilarious. Some of them you can tell because at the rallies back then, because obviously they might be there now because it's safer, but when it wasn't safe, they wouldn't have been there. We just had to go back because remember, future proves past.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hilarious. You just see people looking really odd or standing really still. Trump had turned around to them. It was just like, and you zoomed in and you were like, even, I mean, they've said Julian Assange before time and all that, but it's just amazing. But if you put the pieces together, you're like, well, it makes sense because he's the Punisher. And cue the plan to save the world by Joe Mass Pose. I saw you say the other day, 107 sounds like everyone says that, but the guy on Joe Mass Pose where they have brought it down, but you can find the video. I played it the other day. That voice on there is Junior, no doubt about it. You just go and listen to audios of JFK Jr., match that up, and he says something in that film about there was good men that were going after it. And as soon as he says that, JFK Jr. walks out with his wife down the step in the film, the remastered one. It's like, it's obvious.
Well, you know, I love all those, the way you put, I mean, there's going to be books and films made about this for years and years, but
we'll be in it because we'll be in it in the book of history.
I just thinking back to when I saw the JFK Jr. interview on the Jay Leno show, and he was putting out George magazine, and he printed a poem
George Bush
by the 9-year-old, Monica Lewinsky, where she describes herself as being a pizza, and I just remember that moment when I was like, oh shit, of course, you know.
He's been trolling them for ages. They knew when he went to run in 1999 with the Wicked Witch of the West, Hillary. He knew. He's always known. They tried to take him out. So
there's no way he would have been stupid enough to be blown up in a little plane.
No, and who was he friends with? Trump. You knew Princess Diana, Michael Jackson. Not even going to go there with all that. But I'm just saying, you know, it's like, do you think that if the plan wasn't in place, they would have told these people?
Exactly, and they needed them.
Like,
yeah, you're gonna love
crazy.
You're gonna love how this movie ends. I love that cue line.
Well, the last one they said would be magical.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, I'm getting the tingles. Look at this. So what do you
know what I think? I always make a joke out of this so people can laugh. But I am saying joking. I'm not saying it's a God's honest truth. I'm just saying this is in my world, in my head. Well, put it this way. The Christmas Chronicles, if nobody knows, that the film that came out, the first one, is a Q film, by the way. It tells you the story of JFK Jr. as a boy and his sister. And if you look, it shows you when Santa falls out of his sleigh, which turns into a plane, which crashes, and you think he's dead, but he's not. Number 2's coming out this Christmas.
Wait, when was this Christmas Chronicles made?
Have you not seen it?
No.
Oh, it came out.
I've stopped watching movies. I've just started.
No, this is a Q film. It came out to Netflix. I mean, I know what Netflix is, but it was called The Christmas Chronicles, and it's got who's Santa? I think he plays Santa because it's not all the bad actors. Goldie Hawn and her husband.
Kurt Russell.
Them two, yeah. He's Santa and she's Merry Christmas. But if you watch it at the beginning, because the two names of the kids, I'm not going to spoil it, are the nicknames of JFK Jr. and his sister. So you need to go and watch that, Christmas Chronicles. And I've just been told off my dad the second one's coming out this year, and I went, oh, can't wait. But you'll get it. If you know the Q drops and that, you'll watch it. See, people who don't know the Q drops won't have a freaking clue.
You just gave me the perfect night because my daughter was around the other week.
Oh, swear to God.
I said, let's watch a movie together. And she says, I hate all the movies you like. I want to watch a Christmas film.
You'll love it.
I hate Christmas films. Now, I can do both.
Now, she won't know, but you'll be like, you're honest to God, everything's in it. Time machines, everything. And my sister's awake now, and my mum's just started waking. But when she still thought it was a bit of a nutcase, but she started thinking, oh, yeah, JFK. She watched that film. She said, oh, it's dead funny. They played it at school. Obviously, they didn't know. All kids were like, oh, yeah. She went, I was watching it going. But the second one's out, which is quite good timing. Maybe something will happen at Christmas. But I personally think, I think he'll show himself properly in the divine time, because he's got to make, everything's got to be right. But whatever. But I would love to see, obviously Trump's won, but maybe something will happen where Pence gets moved out.
Well, he's
Maybe
going to have to.
JFK Jr.
That's
will
not
come
Pence.
in.
Well, that's not
What?
Pence. That's not Pence. So he's got to
Well,
go.
no, that's not Pence either, no. But he'll get moved out maybe. Maybe it's someone in disguise, I don't know. And maybe JFK Jr. could step in and finish off what his dad did. And then maybe why they have that whole thing when he's coming in and a bit of a celebration, or even now, the curtains open, Michael Jackson does the moonwalk, Princess Diana comes out, Sean Connery, I don't know. Just there's loads of people out there when you look now and you go, yeah, they've just passed away. I mean, some would have been getting arrested, but some of them you're like, yeah, well, they might have been part of the plan, because if the last one's going to be magical, what would that be?
Well,
a lot of people talk about Michael Jackson. I would faint because I loved Michael Jackson. I just, yeah.
I when the kids were growing up, I used to play. Remember when he did 2 versions of "All I Want to Say Is They Don't Really Care About Us," and there was one version that was like just him dancing, but the other one was him in a prison and it was an amazing video. I used to play
And that says it all.
I used to play that to the kids and say, "Don't. If anyone tells you he was a paedophile, he wasn't. He was abused and he was treated terribly. But
Yeah.
listen to the words of this song. I mean,
Listen to all these songs.
Yeah, they're extraordinary.
What the next one? What people are going to be doing next is Man in the Mirror. You need to look at yourself. We've all consented to stuff, but to me, he was a starseed. He was trying to sing about it. He knew, and they tried to, like they do with most people, if they don't assassinate your character, they kill you off or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow, it's just a massive pleasure to meet somebody else who's completely lined up with everything. I'm running out of time now because the kids have to come back.
Yeah, but that's why I'm still smiling, because it's the greatest show on earth, and he's the greatest showman.
Oh, he's unbelievable. I watched all his rallies. I say all the way through this, I've just watched so many. It's like the best stand-up comic ever.
Well, people go, just before you go, people are like, oh, he says this and he says that. I said, yeah, he tells you you're straight, but he's hilarious with it, because he's a real person. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. They needed a businessman because it's a cooperation. America, well, we all are. Do you know what I mean? So, and I'll just say as well before we go, like I said yesterday, future proofs past. He's a 5D chess player, right? I just found out because I don't know about chess. The highest value on the board is the queen. He took the queen out when he got in because he stood in front of her when the news went mad, going, oh, he's so rude when he came over, standing in front of the queen, like, checkmate, bitch. Do you know what I mean? Checkmate. And then he sat in Churchill's chair. It was like, checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. So it's all just a movie. They've got him, and it has to fall out this way, so the people watching TV who are asleep, get the mind. It's for them. It's not really for us. It's for them.
Well, it's also, there are a lot of awake people who are freaking out at the moment as well.
Oh, there's a lot of people who are woke, but they're not awake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're going, oh God, I don't trust it anymore. And it's like, that's why I did a video this morning about, do you understand what keep the faith means?
Yeah. And I'll tell you something as well, Mark. People have said to me, oh, that Dolly Daydream, it's all, like I said before, it's all within the outside. It's like, yeah, but like I said before, it's inwardly. That's why it's coming outwardly. We're still we say we're multi-dimensional beings. We're still human as well. So it's two worlds, it's two realms merging. This is being sorted within us. Now it needs to be sorted on the outside.
Yeah.
Plain and simple to me.
Yeah, well, I can see you have complete clarity. It's brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like most people, like a lot of us do. So thanks for having me on. And
it's a pleasure. And look, if anybody watching this has not seen Dolly's channel, go and check it out, Dolly Daydream. I mean, I would be on there more, but honestly, can you do shorter videos?
I know. Do you know what the thing is though? It's because when I'm on one and I get in the flow, I can't.
Well, I fully understand it. It's just that
I'm just myself off. And I have people in live chat. I go live all the time. So when you're in live chat, you just forget. So I try. But the thing is, you could watch a little bit and then watch me another day. But
it's brilliant. I love
some people will like me, some people won't. But
that's the way it is. I mean, I'm the same.
I show me artwork. I talk about other different things as well. So yeah.
And
I'll just say before we go, Mark.
Yeah.
Very quickly. These cards came out today because I do pull a lot of cards, and the number 7 follows me everywhere. And number 7 came out, and it says for what's going on. Time to change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. So we can have AI good
Yeah.
if used properly, like Nikola Tesla, because don't even get, you have to get me on talking about Nikola Tesla and
Oh,
Trump's uncle and
yeah.
all that stuff. Love all that. So, you know, we've got Nikola Tesla tech, it's just you've used it for evil. So well, that's been switched back round. So we've got that number 7. And we've got 24, the Lantern Fairy, light in the dark. And it says a clear solution. That's what we'll be having. The clear solutions come in, everyone's going to see what's going on. And then the last one made me laugh. This was the last one. What's going on now? Because everyone's like flapping, even the people that think they're woke. 35, Storm Angel. And it says, collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, energies. I'm like, yeah, exactly. In the soup of consciousness, everyone's going, oh my God, hold the faith, people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying.
Well, brilliant. Yeah, really, really good. It was great to meet you, and we'll chat again if that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Get some ladies on. I'll meet some ladies.
like what? Yeah, why not? Let's get a little round table. I've got some.
Yeah, I've not been on anybody's round table. I'd love it.
Yeah, I've
Love
never
it.
done a round table on this channel. That's a great idea.
Yeah, because everyone's doing round tables. I think that's very good because it's a round table. So
It is. Yeah, I've watched a lot, but I've done a 3-way chat once on Charlie's channel, but that's about it. But yeah, I'll do. That's a great idea. I'll do that. And thank you. Give my love to Stockport, sunny Stockport.
I will.
I know that Morrison's, by the way.
Yes, all Morrisons. They're all right. They're all right with me.
They bounced a check on me about 25 years ago. Anyway, it's another story. See you later.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.